Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into something that forms the very backbone of the English language. Verbs. I know, tenses can seem a little intimidating, but trust me, by the end of this video, you'll have a much clearer picture. We're going to break down the key tenses and forms in a simple, easy-to-understand way. So, grab a notebook, and let's get started on mastering English verbs together. First up, let's talk about the foundation, the simple tenses. We have the simple present, simple past, and simple future. The simple present is for habits, routines, and general truths. For example, I drink coffee every morning, or the sun rises in the east. It's what you do regularly. For he, she, and it, we just add an S to the verb like she walks her dog. See? Simple. Next is the simple past. This one's for actions that started and finished at a specific time in the past. Think of yesterday last week or in 2010. You'd say, I visited my grandparents last weekend, or he finished his homework an hour ago. Many verbs just need an ed at the end. But watch out for those irregular verbs like go becomes went and eat becomes ate. We'll touch more on those later. Rounding out the simple tenses is the simple future. This is for actions that will happen in the future. The easiest way to form this is with will plus the base form of the verb. For instance, I will call you tomorrow, or they will arrive soon. You can also use be going to for plans you've already made, like I'm going to start a new book tonight. It's all about what's yet to come. Now, let's add a layer and look at the continuous or progressive tenses. These describe ongoing actions. The present continuous is for actions happening right now, at this very moment. It uses am, is, or are, plus the verb with an ing ending. For example, I am talking to you right now, or she is reading a book. It emphasizes the action is in progress. Then we have the past continuous. This describes an ongoing action in the past that was interrupted by another action. For example, I was watching a movie when the phone rang. The structure is was or were plus the ing verb. It sets the scene for what was happening at a particular moment in the past. It paints a more vivid picture than the simple past alone. And you guessed it, the future continuous is for an ongoing action at a specific time in the future. This time tomorrow I will be flying to Paris. The structure is will be plus the ing verb. It helps you imagine yourself in the middle of doing something in the future. It's a great way to talk about future plans in a more dynamic way. Ready for the next level? Let's talk about the perfect tenses. These can be tricky, but they are all about connecting different points in time. The present perfect connects the past with the present. It S for actions that happened at an unspecified time in the past or actions that started in the past and continue to the present. You form it with have or has, plus the past participle. For example, I have seen that movie before, or she has lived here for 10 years. The exact time isn't important, the experience or the result is. Next is the past perfect. This is for an action that happened before another action in the past. Think of it as the past of the past. You use had plus the past participle. For example, by the time I arrived, the train had already left. The train leaving happened before I arrived. It helps you sequence events in the past clearly, showing which one came first. Then we have the future perfect. This tense describes an action that will be completed before a certain point in the future. The structure is will have plus the past participle. For example, by next month, I will have finished my project. It is like looking ahead to a future moment and then looking back at what you've accomplished up to that point. It's super useful for setting goals and deadlines. Okay, deep breath. We have one more major category, the perfect continuous tenses. These combine the ideas of the perfect and continuous tenses. They focus on the duration of an ongoing action. The present perfect continuous emphasizes how long an action has been happening. It uses have or has been, plus the ing verb. I have been waiting for 2 hours. You're not just waiting now, you started in the past and are still waiting. The past perfect continuous describes how long an action was happening before another event in the past. For example, He had been working at the company for 5 years before he got promoted. It emphasizes the duration of the first action leading up to the second one. The structure is had been plus the ing verb. Finally, the future perfect continuous. This describes how long an action will have been happening at a certain point in the future. For example, by the end of the year, she will have been studying English for a decade. It projects into the future to talk about the duration of an ongoing action. The structure is will have been plus the ing verb. Phew. We've covered the 12 main tenses, from the simple present for habits to the future perfect continuous for future durations. It seems like a lot, but remember the key is context. Don't try to memorize every rule at once. Start by noticing how these tenses are used in books, movies, and conversations. Practice using 1 or 2 new tenses each week. Make sentences about your own life. For example, yesterday I ate pizza. Right now I am learning about verbs. Tomorrow, I will practice what I learned. The more you use them, the more natural they will become. You'll start to develop an instinct for which tense sounds right. Remember those irregular verbs we mentioned? Go, went, gone, eat, ate, eaten. Making a list of the most common ones and practicing them is a huge help. They are essential for forming the past and perfect tenses correctly. Thank you so much for sticking with me through this grammar deep dive. I hope this breakdown makes verb tenses a little less scary and a lot more manageable. Remember, practice is everything. Keep listening, keep reading, and keep speaking. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next lesson. Let me know in the comments which tense you find the most difficult, and I can make a more detailed video on it. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.